Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I want to get out here this morning and share with you a thought for today as we go through midweek. Yesterday, I was out visiting some of our homebound members, and one of the joys of pastoring is going out and visiting those in our church who were once very faithful, but because of health, because of age, because of other factors, they cannot make it. So we put them on our homebound list. But man, what wisdom, what incredible conversations we have when I visit them. But yesterday, I was visiting one particular church member, and we were talking about the subject of respect and the lack of respect that we see in our society today. And it got my mind thinking about a little verse tucked away in 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 17. I want to read that to you. It's a little verse, but incredible thought. And Peter's talking to this church who's being persecuted. He says, honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear God, honor the king. 4 simple sentences in that simple little verse. Talk about the first thing, honor all men. Everybody you come in contact with, honor them, respect them. See their value as God would see them. Love the brotherhood. That's respect amongst other believers inside the church. Outside the church, inside the church, fear God. That's the source of where that comes from. Our respect, our honor of God, our love for God will be reflected in our love for others inside and outside the church. But the last part is honor the king. Those are our authorities. A lot of disrespect when it comes to authorities. Now, you can make an argument that there is lack of integrity in our leadership today. But on the flip side, there are such things as offices. I was taught as a kid, you have the office of deacon, the office of pastor. You respect those offices. You may disagree with that person, but you respect the office. Same way with government. So you may disagree with a person, but you respect the office. And in this time period, Peter was writing to a group of Christians that were being persecuted by Nero, the most deranged Roman emperor. He burned down half of Rome and blamed the Christians and were torching them, putting them to the lions, persecuting them. And it still says, honor the king. What a thought there. But we see this idea of lack of respect in our society. And I wrote a few things down. What causes this? Well, first of all, poor self-esteem. If we feel insecure, undervalued, or threatened, disrespect can come from internal hurt. Lack of empathy. When someone cannot or chooses not to understand the feelings or experiences of others, put themselves in their shoes, it can become easy to dismiss them or belittle them. How about negative role models? Disrespectful parents, hostile workplaces, media that glorifies this. Unresolved anger or trauma. People who carry those emotional scars and that pain may lash out because hurt people do hurt people. Cultural or value differences. When people judge others based upon their own perspective or upbringing, they can respond with criticism or judgmentalism instead of curiosity or appreciation or inquisitive. Lack of boundaries. When we fail to establish those boundaries, frustration can grow, disrespect can grow. Entitlement, pride, a sense of superiority, thinking that you're better than everybody, can cause disrespect. Poor communication skills. Misunderstandings, impatience, knowing not how to express feelings, stress and overwhelm, though it's not an excuse, but sometimes stress and being overwhelmed can cause some disrespect. Lack of accountability, environments where disrespect is not corrected, such as school and home, can filter out into society. Or also the erosion of moral and spiritual anchors. When our society, when values like kindness and humility and compassion are just put to the side and neglected, and you see that modeled, it can come out in everyday life. So as believers, we're called to a higher standard. Here's the point. When Peter tucks that little verse away, he tells us to always be respectful inside the church, outside the church, toward God, and toward authorities. I want to leave you with that thought today. Have a great Wednesday. May the Lord bless you.